Hey everyone, it's Thursday and I'm back. I'm back with little Niklaus here. I wanted to change him. Gosh, isn't he cute? We're in front of that same picture window, so hopefully the lighting's okay. He is my favorite. And yeah, he's just my favorite. So he's here in the car seat and I'm gonna change him into a little knit sweater set that he's worn before that came from Mother Care, and just talk a little bit because I feel like people are losing their minds in many different ways. I'm sure nothing's new, but so probably just going to ramble on about a couple different things because I currently don't have anybody to talk to anyway because my husband's off having a great adventure, hopefully, or at least getting some downtime. And I've been working hard and taking a little break. So for the newer subscribers to my channel, this is Niklaus. Niklaus, his full name is Thomas Niklaus. Thomas is the name that his artist gave to him, and his artist is Wendy Graham of Wendy's Babies. Wendy is based in England. She is a master artist. She's been reborning for about 15 years. She's a member of quite a few guilds and associations, and she's just, I just absolutely adore her. So he was my first must-have, and he is my absolute forever baby. So I'm going to change him and try and talk at the same time. So he's coming out of this really cute Peter Rabbit sleeper, which is sort of a terry cloth feel to it. So yeah, he's the Atticus sculpt by Laura Lee Eagles, and it's a beautiful sculpt. He is well, he's awesome, but that's not what I meant to say. So one thing I wanted to talk about that I notice a lot, and it seems to come and go in waves, but there seems to be sort of this rise in the number of people, at least that I follow on Instagram, that are considering leaving the community. Not that that's anything new, but one thing that I have noticed a little bit more of is seeking reassurance. You know, how many people like me? How many people, is this your favorite? Am I your favorite channel? Doesn't anybody want, you know, what? Nobody's answering to tell me that they love me. And I guess I feel three things. One, the first thing I feel is turned off, if I'm being totally honest. So judge me if you want to, by it. Number two, which is probably the reason I feel turned off, is because I relate to that. So I know a lot of times we have a very strong reaction to something that we possibly don't want to admit to, but we sense in ourselves. And I know that at least more so in my past, but you know, needing outside validation was always a big thing for me. And three, I feel compassion and like I want to scream from the rooftops that no matter how many millions of people tell you that they love you, it won't be enough. Let me show you what I'm going to put him in real quick. It is a little outfit from Mother Care, like I said. It's knit and it's a little bit off-white. It's got the little pants, and then the top is a cross tie sweater that says Petite Bébé. It's embroidered in sort of a silvery color, and then there's just some little trees and stars embroidered in a little sheep. And it's definitely part of a line from Mother Care because I have another outfit that has a onesie with these same types of trees. I don't know the name of the line. It's size newborn, well, it's size tiny baby, which is up to 5 pounds with Mother Care. So I'm going to try my best to put this on him here in the car seat. However, you can see he's kind of scooped down in here. So I've talked about this on my channel before, that I am a recovering codependent, and I'm sure that that's something that will continue to take constant awareness for the remainder of my life. And I feel like as women, we tend to be particularly prone to that. Codependence is something that definitely shows up among people who would also attend Al-Anon, for example, families of people who have been dealing with addictions of certain kinds, who are put in a position to cover for, make excuses for, that kind of thing, for people to be caretakers. But it's difficult for women because we're in a caretaker role, typically, being parents and teachers and secretaries and things like that, and being nurturers by nature. I think that's a big biological role in general for females. But I discovered through a series of unfortunate events over many, many years that the most powerful thing that I believe we can do, and that I know for sure that I can do for myself, is to not give a damn what anybody thinks. And it's not always genuine, and it's not always easy. But I think the trickiest thing to remember is that that means good or bad. I came across a memory that I wrote several years ago, that something to the effect of when they show up and they tell you that you're no good, that you're a failure, that you're not measuring up, that you're less than, whatever it may be, don't listen to them, and immediately make a list in your own mind of the reasons that you know that you're trying your best, that you're wonderful, that you're a good person, blah, 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 and that you're beautiful. And then the tricky part, I think, this is how we can avoid the pitfall, is that when they show up and they tell you that you're wonderful and that you're amazing and applaud you for all the things that they want to applaud you for, don't listen to them, and immediately make a list of all the reasons why. So that's the tricky part. That's the tricky part, I think. Because the moment that you feel that good feeling from other people, recognizing you and telling you that you're so great, it's like you automatically become just, even if it's the slightest bit, dependent on that outside source of validation. And I gotta tell you that compliments can be genuine, absolutely, and it's wonderful and imperative, I think, to be recognized by people around you that are doing things. You're doing things for and with and all that stuff. Like, I think it's good. However, a lot of the time, most of us are actually just trying to get the energy that we need to feel good. And so if we're not feeling good, or if they're not feeling good, then either they'll want to draw from your energy in order to feel better, or they'll pull back, or they'll have, if they're having a bad self-reflection, then they may project that onto you. Like, look at that sweet little mohawk. I'm going to try and make sure that he's positioned well so that you can see him. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, in my humble opinion, and you know what they say about opinions being like, you know what, everybody's got one and everybody thinks everybody else stinks. In my opinion, we all have to find what works for us to get to a point of feeling whole and satisfied and good about ourselves autonomously. So I'm also, the other reason why my number one reaction is there is because I don't believe in pitying anyone their journey, and I don't believe that feeding that, that energetic need that comes from a victim space, I don't feel that that serves anybody. So providing comfort and compassion and love for your friends and for the people, the other human beings around you is one thing, but to like jump on a pity wagon and just, join the negative force of whatever it is that they're ranting about just so that they don't feel alone in it, I don't think that that is honest, and I don't think that that serves anybody. And I wouldn't want anyone to pity my journey. So, and announcing that you're going to leave the community in my mind is just the same as, like announcing that you're going to do something bad to yourself. Like if you were actually going to do it, you would probably just do it. But mostly just needing other people to tell you that they love you in order for you to feel worthy. You got to feel worthy. And if you don't feel worthy, you got to figure out why you don't feel worthy and fix that. Either correct the thing in yourself that makes you feel like a bad person or whatever, or most likely correct the thinking, the belief system that you've bought into because of something that somebody said to you when you were small, or a misguided sense of what gives a person value. Like fix that, because nobody is special only because absolutely everybody is special. Everybody's unique, everybody's special, everybody has something to offer, everybody has a role to play, and in my opinion, everybody is a soul having a human experience, and we all are connected and one, and there's a way bigger picture than all of this. And we always say in real life, when we're talking on social media, in real life, I do this and yet we get so invested in reactionary to the people that are in this virtual world that we readily admit is not real life. I'm going to take you down off the stand. So the other reason why I think people are crazy, I was at Whole Foods today, and the last time I was at Whole Foods, when you walk out of the store, there's like that little like in-between area where they keep the shopping carts. You're not in the store, but you're not outside. It's like the foyer area. There were several carts that were just left there in the middle, and the guy was putting them away and I was helping to put them away because it's really not a big area. And you just have to walk across past the entryway to get to the place where the carts are kept. But people didn't want to do it. So today I walked in, that whole area was just finished being cleared up. I got my things, I paid, I went out, and literally there were like 12 carts in this little area in that little bit of time where people they walk out from paying, they take their groceries out, and they leave their cart there and just leave. So now you can barely even get out of the store because people can't walk across and put their cart away. And so I put them away and, ran into an employee at the last minute who came to help finish up. And it was like, it's funny to me that we want people to recognize that we're awesome. But then so many of us walk around with no self-awareness of how our actions impact other people, and we're unwilling to take an extra second to clean up after ourselves, to wipe the toilet seat after we go to the bathroom. Believe me, that will never be me, because I know what it's like to clean a bathroom after someone else, as a lot of moms would be, and therefore shouldn't leave a mess for the next person. But anyway, being thoughtful and considerate of the people around you helps to demonstrate the awesomeness that you are. And everybody's fighting for and upset about not being, you know, loved. And number one, everyone's so consumed about their own lives that they're only thinking about that and not genuinely connecting. And two, they're not being aware and considerate for the people that are coming behind them, and then somehow think that's separate in terms of people's overall opinions of people. I find it ironic. Anyway, it's been a wonderful day. I just am like sharing these thoughts. I'm definitely not like complaining about life or people, maybe a little bit. But so those were the thoughts on my mind. So that's what I'm going to talk about when I'm changing this guy. So here he is one last time. I love this little chunky boy. He has so many different looks depending on what angle that you look at him from. He's sweet and introspective and grumpy and chubby and all of these amazing things. And he is just, he's floppy and he's awesome. And he is made by the same artist that Brewster, my peanut sculpt, is from. So I have two Wendy's babies in my collection. I'll show you his feet real quick. Since I showed Brewster's feet yesterday, his right foot is kind of bent up, his ankle's bending up, and his toes are sort of pulled up. And then his left foot is a little bit more relaxed. The toes still have a little bit of action going on. Kind of similar to Peanut Sculpt's left foot a little bit. And then he's got one open hand with the fingers in sort of almost a piano player's motion. And then a very loose fist on the left hand with the index finger out. And the pinky finger is out as well. All right, guys, I better go. And thank you for joining me with this little guy. I hope you're enjoying your week and we're one step closer to the weekend for those of you that work the Monday through Friday job. So enjoy your evening, whatever you're doing. I look forward to hearing from you guys, to seeing your videos for those of you that post. And if you have any thoughts to add on the conversation, definitely feel free to add that. It's a judgment-free zone and it's a, a mean-free zone. So keep that in mind. But much love to everybody, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Bye.